Known to be some of the sexiest women in the world, famous for their beach body beauty and signature curves.
Now the Brazilian boob job is the latest cosmetic craze to hit our shores and is being heralded as the safest and fastest plastic procedure down under. Now the furry feeling implants, are kind of like covered in velour, have been used in South America for decades, and combined with a new rapid recovery technique, you'll walk out the door the very same day. So joining us in the studio with more is cosmetic surgeon Dr Bernard Beldholm from the Cosmos Clinic and Jessica Harwood, who's had the enhancement done just last year. Good morning to both of you.
Good day, how are you doing?
Bernard, this sounds too good to be true, in and out in one day.
Well, it's all about combining two things. So you combine the polyurethane implant and the rapid recovery technique. Now, with the key is really the rapid recovery technique. The standard technique uses tearing or blunt dissection, so you get a lot of trauma in the tissues. With the rapid recovery technique, you're dissecting with a cautery, and at the end of the operation, the pocket is actually completely dry. Usually I get less than a teaspoon of blood after the operation. And then you combine it with the polyurethane, which you put in, it sticks to the tissues, doesn't drop, doesn't rotate, so you can send them home. You're quite comfortable that they're not going to have a problem afterwards.
Right. Okay. We have two of the implants here, and the difference you're saying is in the
Yeah, it's
cover.
mainly the coating. You can feel the furriness of the polyurethane, and this is a standard smooth silicone implant.
So the thing is that this one doesn't move around as much.
No, it's like Velcro. So both the Velcro initially, and then the tissue grows into it, so it just sticks to where you put it.
Right, so let's test it. Jessica, you've been through the procedure.
Yep.
How was it? How was the recovery?
It was excellent. I was out the same day and I went shopping and everything. And then there was no bruising, no bleeding, nothing. And then I just went home and I was back to normal.
Okay.
And then back exercising in 3 weeks.
Okay, why did you choose this technique?
I picked this one because, like, you see the difference between them, and it's the more safer option. And when that one goes in, it just like attaches, so there's no movement or anything.
Okay. Are there any? So we've talked about the good things about this procedure.
Yeah.
There's always a flip side.
Yes.
So what are the negatives, if you like, Bernard?
Well, it's a couple of things. You can get a rash with this on top of the breast the first week after. It lasts for a couple of days and then completely goes away. Never comes back. Never been shown to be a problem. The other thing is they do feel a little bit firmer initially, but they do soften up with time.
Firmer to the touch.
Firmer to the touch because they're a little bit firmer, but it does take a couple of months, and it softens up, and then it feels actually quite soft after that.
Okay.
Now, I think the key wonder is that they stick to where you put them. So in the operation, you have to put them absolutely where you want them to be, because if you don't put them in the right spot, you have to come back and move them.
Well, that's your problem, not
Yeah, well, that's true.
not Jessica's problem.
But it does mean that if you have to go to someone that has done these and you know
A good
is
reputation.
experienced,
Yeah.
because they are quite different from the other smooth implants. So
Is it more expensive?
it's the same price actually.
Which is
the
what
actual
I know.
implants.
What's the going rate for boob jobs these days? I've got no idea.
Well, we do charge 11.5, so that includes everything.
$11,500 for the pair.
Yeah.
Right.
And then that includes everything: hospital, implants, surgeon, anaesthetist, and everything.
And just given that you've now been through it, why do you think Aussie women are opting for this now?
I think it's great because it's such a safe option compared to the other ones, and it just makes you feel so good. Like, it's just having something there. You feel more like womanly and.
So your self-esteem. It's about self-esteem.
Pretty much. Yeah.
And you do feel
Depends.
different.
Everyone's different, but yeah, that's the main thing.
That's why you did
Yeah,
it and why
that's
you
why I
opted
did it,
for
yeah.
that. Okay, well, thank you for coming in
you very much.
and explaining that and for sharing your story, Jessica.
No worries. You're welcome.